Hello and welcome back, everyone. This is CCB Fozzie broadcasting from a currently exploding Iceland, and I'm joined by Elise Randolph once again. And
Uh,
we have another really creative setup here from Quebec United Legions. A really great match coming up for you. Past the Syndicate bringing exactly the same setup that they brought last weekend. For anyone who doesn't remember, it's an Armageddon, triple EOS and Neros, and then a bunch of Heretics and Tauars and Merlins. Worked out well for them last weekend. Let's see if they can repeat it. And meanwhile, Quebec United Legions, why don't you tell them a bit about this setup, Elise?
well, they were obviously listening to us, or at least had the same mind. So they brought a dual core lineup, similar to what we saw from X's last match, except for they brought Macarials instead of Rattlesnakes, and they took Daredevils and Cruors and Asteros as their support wing. So lots of webs, lots of control, no damps, no major damping ships from either team. These Merlins are armor Merlins, so they probably have some damps going on. Same with the Heretics on the Pasta side, but let's see.
All right,
Pasta
the match
came in
has
at
now
50,
begun.
and Quebec came in at 30. Now Quebec is just zerging straight at the
We
Pasta
do
team
have
now.
damps from the Quebec United Legions team, probably from the Coureurs, maybe for some of the other, with the Asteros, potentially from the Breacher and some other frigs, and damage being applied back and forth among the support really quickly. Daredevil for Quebec United Legions dropping fast.
Yeah, this Daredevil is not going to last too long. It looks like his Onerios is out of range. He got a few reps off, but a little bit too late.
And the
it
Coureur
looks
of
like-
Fassi is probably going to follow, although he's got reps on him really fast.
Yeah, he burned back to his Logi because his Logi obviously got a little bit of damperinoed. But
These Coureurs, there's a Daredevil and a Coureur all the way behind the Past the Syndicate line. They've already looped around the other team. They're probably going to be going for the Neros, and that Coureur can cause a lot of trouble for Capcoo's and Neros if they can keep him alive.
unfortunately, he just bopped.
Though the one behind the lines is a Tone Point, and he's still alive.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
We're seeing he's now actually looks like nuding one of the Heretics, but we'll see if he can get. Probably hasn't gotten within range of the Aneros yet. He's got his weapon, his nude on the Heretic. Meanwhile, though, those Daredevils are all dead, and I'm sure that this crew is probably going to be the next target. Yep, we're seeing damage already applied to him.
This Pasta Syndicate team is doing the smart thing. They're killing all of the tackle things, making sure their Logi can ride free and kite around. And they're doing a pretty good job. These Max aren't being that effective as a Heretic die. So maybe they're being a little bit effective, but not as effective as they could be.
That Heretic is actually caught in. He got some structure damage, but he's been caught in armor, and he's repping back up. They're holding on just fine for them. And meanwhile, Nestero has died, and that crew behind the enemy lines, there he goes as well. Yeah, Past the Syndicate doing a great job of knocking down these pirate frigates. Now, pirate frigates got rebalanced recently in the Kronos release, and they're all pretty effective in this kind of tournament environment if you can keep them alive. But without the kind of resist bonuses that you see on assault frigs, it is a lot harder to actually keep them up for the whole match.
Yep, and let's see, the Pasta guys are they've got some Curators, and the rest are just just damage drones. They've got Praetors and Augmented Ogres.
All right.
Meanwhile, the Quebec team is using Rep drones, or at least trying to, but they're not.
So we've got one of the remaining Coureurs is on top of the Aneros of Capcoo. He's got him webbed and nuded, and the Macarials are dealing damage. Oh, that Coureure's down again right away, though. So that's freed up the Aneros, and he's probably going to be able to reduce a lot more of the damage again.
Yeah, these Heretics and this Tower are just murdering these little frigates. Like, that's what these destroyer hulls are meant to do, and they're just executing. Now, this Breacher, he's getting completely zonked. The Macarial is in half armor. He's not going to live too much longer. He's not going down very fast, but he's still going down. While Capu in the Onerios is starting to take a lot of damage. I think they need to do this a little bit sooner, because if they trade a Mac for an Onerios, it's a really, really bad trade. But if they traded all their frigs for the Onerios, maybe that would be worth it.
Yeah, the Quebec United Aneros is webbed and damped away from the fight, so he doesn't have a single rep applied to the Corrupted Macarial, and there he goes. So it looks like they're essentially neutralized the Aneros without having to even kill it yet. Just keep it away from the fight, keep it damped, and it can't rep anything.
Yep, and it should be noted that this time Pasta did ban out the Foons, which is what Quebec United Legion took last week. And they got a little bit of help from the MJDs last match they had, but I guess Pasta were still afraid of the Foon and the concept of a triple Foon core.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't ban out the curse to get rid of the heavy newt curse. Get that out of the way.
Yes. Quebec United Legion's last tournament they took or last match they took a single heavy newt curse. It's called the sniper curse. Very rare to see an appearance in a tournament.
But it's very surprising. You never really expect it. And,
exactly. It is a Spanish Inquisition of curse fits. It just sneaks up on you.
So now it's just 2 ships left for Quebec United Legions. They've lost their Aneros. Capcu's Aneros is hanging on just fine. It looks like it was taking most of the damage from the geckos dropped by that Eos. They were chasing him around, but he's managed to outrun them. And now he's holding on just fine.
Yeah, he's in range of these curators as well. Whoever dropped the curators is just plowing into him. And a strong showing by the pasta team.
Yep. Yeah, that being said, they brought exactly the same setup twice in a row. So if you're coming up against them next week, you're going to know at least to be ready for this setup. I don't think you can count on them bringing it again, but whatever you bring has to be able to beat this. And so they're going to have to switch it up, and we'll have to see how deep their theory crafting lineup is once they come up against some teams that'll hopefully be prepared for this.
Indeed, and I guess it's going to be Exodus that's going to be fighting against this pasta team.
That's not an easy matchup, but of course by next weekend in the winner's bracket, none of the matchups are going to be very easy.
Absolutely. Yep. So this week, you think Exodus is going to be training against this EOS team, or do you think they've already trained against it?
I'm sure they've trained against EOS teams in general. The combination of the EOS and the Armageddon, I think Pasta has a flagship Geddon, if I remember correctly, so they have the ability to bring that in this comp as well. So that might be something that Exodus hasn't prepared against specifically, and I'm sure they will this week.
Yeah, but now it looks like the final ship from Quebec United Legion is going down. They're going to be sent into the losers brackets, so they have still another week left in them at least.
Yep.
They're going to play Clockwork Pineapple next week.
Yep.
So they've got a week to prepare.
Of course, yeah, all the teams that lose matches today are all still in the tournament. It's not until tomorrow that we have our first elimination games, and we'll have our first team sent home. So that EOS is now dropping through structure, and that is him off the field. So that's a very solid win for Pasta Syndicate, showing some strong consistency and the ability to execute with this setup. Our next match coming up very soon will be the Tuskers versus the Initiative, which is one that I know a lot of people are really looking forward to. And we'll be back for that match in just a few moments, as long as the volcano doesn't kill us all first.